So damage wise, we knew it was coming in with damage. Down here, wheel trim's a little scuffed, but nice original wheel trim, so we can clean them up. This door's fine. This door's all good until we get down to here where we've got a dent in the skin there, but I can pull that and fill that. But then the damage is here on the sill. Right, you saw us pull that little bit there, but what we've done now is set up all the tabs for the entire area we're going to pull. So, right, we've got the first coat of colour on. See the Mini Cooper in the background there? People in the unit next to us got that one. Cooper S. She's literally taking it for its first drive, and expansion tank is pressurized and making a very loud squealing noise, and there's no coolant in it. And it's what was it, 2008 Mini Cooper S with a automatic gearbox. She had it transported down from Oxford all the way down here to Devon, and first drive out on it, that's what it's done. Now she has a warranty wise cover on that from the dealer, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. I'll update you guys when I hear. Guys, I'm out for a test drive in the little grey Punto that I sold. The customer's brought it back because he says that he is getting turn it off 1 second, that he is getting a burning smell from the engine bay, clutch burning smell from the engine bay when he's been driving it, which initially I thought it might be just oils and that burning off for when we do all the work on the car. WD'd all the bolts up on that, and I said we'll drive for a little bit longer, and if it's still a problem let me know. And he said, messaged me, emailed me, said it was, dropped the car off on Saturday and left it with me for the week for me to test drive. Just as he left, he said, yeah, so when my son is doing hill starts or reverse parking, the clutch is smelling, which immediately set alarm bells off. So I'm out on a test drive to see if I can replicate any of the problems. So we're going to drop the clutch and do a hard start on it, and then we're going to find a hill and do it. Now I have already done this just around town, and I couldn't get it to make any smells whatsoever. I've got the air blowing through the vents as well, just in case it's something burning off in the engine bay that's smelling. I did replace that breather pipe, didn't I? So I don't think it's from there. See if I can replicate it, cool, because I don't want to say I can't replicate it on the basis of just taking it around town for 5 minutes. And just doing one hill start, which I did do on a very steep hill. I've done everything I can to think to upset the clutch in it. I can't get it to make a smell or slip at all, but we'll see how we get on. We'll do a hard start now and see how we get on. Let's drop the stand still, let's drop the clutch. I thought that would aggravate if there was a problem. I've got no smell at all. This is a very steep hill out of my village. I've been in the car for about 20 minutes now. Let's just do what I learn I might do. Load the revs right up. Slip the clutch a little bit. No smell. I mean, obviously with that smell-o-vision I can't prove it to you guys, but hopefully you know I don't bull, and there literally is no smell at all. C1's just been in for its MOT. I had the tyres put on before the MOT. It's failed on the hazard switch not working. Common problem with these. Don't know why I didn't check it before it went in. Daft really. So I need the hazard switch replacing. There's a brake pipe needs replacing that says is crusty on the back, and other than that it's just an indicator bulb. So sorry, a rear number plate bulb. So actually overall it's you know, pretty light on repairs for the MOT. You just got to replace that rear brake pipe, replace the hazard switch and number plate light bulb to take the advisory off it, and we're good to go. You did note a slight play in the steering rack, I think, but obviously that's not something we'll be doing at this sort of price point. It's no biggie, drives fine as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, nothing too major on that. We'll get crack on and get that done. So guys, the C1 is done. She's back in tomorrow for her retest, and they're going to do the brake pipe for me and stuff like that. I'm a bit short of time at the moment, but it'll come out with a fresh MOT on it, and then I'll do a quick service on it. But all the paint work and cleaning prep is done. She's had a photo shoot and she's going to go up for sale now. This is on showing you the side that I did the paint work on, obviously, at the moment. So out in the daylight it passes muster no problem at all. And overall, the car has come out really nicely. Super clean little C1. Yeah, I'm pleased with this one. Obviously I did the wheel trims as well, didn't I? Tidied those up. The inside's had a really good clean up. Obviously I need you to get out, I need the filler dust and so forth that got into the car, but to be honest there wasn't a lot in there. The inside has come out really well. I think there's just one burn hole in the back seat here. Oh yeah, just one there. Other than that, the interior's fantastic. Haven't decided on the final price. I will grease the hinge. Haven't decided on the final price yet. I'll go and crunch the numbers after the MOT's done and make a decision, but again, my intention won't be to be the cheapest, but it's going to be one of the best, you know, prepped, warranted and serviced, and yeah, another cracking little first time car for someone, no doubt. I've driven this in again today, again behaving badly in slow moving traffic. I still cannot get a single bit of smell out of it, so I really don't know what the score is. Now, interesting one with this one is he also mentioned that he thought he had a bit of a noise from the suspension, and there is a little bit of very, very light buoying from a top mount on this side when you move the car. So he's had the car for a couple of weeks now. I'm thinking that's probably something I should do for him. I have got a warranty wires on it, but I don't think they'll cover something like that because it's a consumable item, a top mount, and it is within the first month. So it'll be interesting to see if they are willing to do anything. I don't blame them if they don't, to be perfectly honest. I don't blame them if they don't. I did mention in an earlier video, warranty wise paid out for a catalytic converter on a Toyota Yaris for me. Remember that white Toyota Yaris I had? A lot of people say their warranties aren't worth anything, but to be fair to them, even though I fitted the catalytic converter, cleared the code and sent on away and then put a claim in without saving the code, which obviously their policy is you have to provide them with a screenshot of the code, they still paid out for me. So fair dues to warranty wise for that. They covered the cost of the catalytic converter for me, so I didn't have to eat that. And it was, I think, it was only about 6 or 7 weeks into the customer's policy as well. So fair play to them. I know a lot of you guys think they're not worth the paper they're written on, which, you know, I think with some of the older stuff it might be dubious as to whether they are or not, because so much is consumable items. But they did actually pay out on that. So again, fair play to them. But yeah, we'll see how we get on with this one. If not, I'll have to eat it and put a top mount on, I think. Again, it's not actually that bad. It's a bit picky. It's only at very low speeds when you're moving out of a car park, and it's not kind of failed yet, but you know me, probably too soft. So guys, as you know, I've been a bit short on stock lately. I had a bit of a bid yesterday on BCA, and I have absolutely no idea why I bought this. I put a bid on some of my normal stock, my small cars, got outbid on all of them. Put a cheeky bid on this little Mazda MX-5. I've had a number of Mazda MX-5s, but only ever the Mark 1s. I know about putting the engine and gearbox of these into MGBs, but I don't know about how they are as a standalone car. So I guess that's my fallback if this is terrible. We'll have the engine and gearbox out and stick it into my MGB. But yeah, I put a cheeky bid on it. I think it was about £2,000 I put my bid on. It's a 2008. It's done 69,000 miles on it. And yeah, I thought, you know, £2,000, get it in, tied it up a bit, you know, might be a £3,000 car. I wasn't really in touch with prices on them. I had a rough idea, but I wasn't really, you know, to me it looked like it might be a 2,995 or something like that. So I was surprised. With fees it's 2,200. By the time I get it, it's going to be 2,300. There is the question, is it going to need work? It's a grade 4. I looked at what it said bodywork wise, and to be honest, none of it looked very serious. To be honest, none of it looked like anything I was actually going to bother doing. And the kind of price point I thought these cars were at. I don't know which spec one I've got. I don't know what variation of spec there is. There was a basic mechanical report there, but I don't think about it. I don't think whether it said anything about the hood or not. So could be we've got a duff hood. You don't know. So I did what I always do, which is bunged it through Auto Trade to see what the recommended retail is. I was surprised to see 4,840. Scrolling through Auto Trader, a number of traders are putting stuff like this up at 4,995. even 5.5 grand. Now again, I don't know what their variation in specs are and that kind of thing, but I mean, on the face of it, it looks like I've scored it as a retail car. I mean, I think personally, 3995 is where I would probably be with it. Again, I just find if you can just get into that search bracket, that lower 1,000 search bracket, it makes a hell of a difference. I don't know, we'll have to see when the car comes in and see what work it needs, but I was surprised to see the value of them. And, you know, Auto always gives you a price and you think, But I went through, scrolled through and had a little look. And to be honest, that's about where we are. I gave my mate Jason a message over at Flipping Cars for Profit, because I know he's got an MX-5 and told him what I paid for it. And he thought I stole it as well. I know he's loving it and is driving it personally. But he didn't have any toys before, and I've got loads already. I've got 3 MGBs on the go now, so I really can't justify another toy for myself. But yeah, well, I mean, last couple of cars have been a bit different. Now I've got that Alfa Romeo Giulietta, which I still got to get sorted, and I've got this now as well. My only problem at the moment is it's the very beginning of the month, and I only actually have 2 cars for sale. One of which is a Dacia. Yes, we all know about the Dacia. And a little Citroen C1. I actually haven't got anything else ready for sale. I still need to put the gearbox in the Fiat 500. I still need to sort out the turbo on the Giulietta and the paint. What else? I think that's all the stock I've got. I think the Fabia is the last car that's sold from the pack of stock, so I still need some small cars as well. So yeah, it's this is the annoying bit where you've got money tied up in motors, but they aren't actually up for sale, which is why so many people buy decent cars that just need a clean first, because I've got the worst combination. I haven't got the space to have loads of cars backing up to get ready for sale, so I've got a constant stream. I've got limited space, but the cars I'm buying needs work, so in all honesty it doesn't make a lot of sense. But then a lot of my purchases never do. Anyway, so obviously, as soon as it comes in, Adrian was actually free same day to go and pick this up, so he's picking it up straight away. I'm not actually able to be at work today, so I'm not going to see it come in. I'll have to pick up on it tomorrow. No doubt I'll get messages from Stuart telling me that it's a bag of shite. But yeah, unfortunately, I've had to stay and look after my dog today. But we'll get a video as soon as possible, and we'll have a look around it together, and we'll see if we can, you know, how much money we can really realise from it. I think we might have discovered why it was part exchange, guys.